Actor George Clooney and his father, former American University professor Nick Clooney, were arrested for protesting in front of the Sudanese embassy in D.C. Taylor Sutton reports.
George Clooney and other civil leaders are trying to raise awareness about human rights abuses in Sudan. This week, they proved they're even willing to go to jail to get their message across. I'm sitting right here outside the police station where George Clooney and the other protesters have been arrested for protesting on the Sudanese embassy's property in an apparent effort to use star power to bring awareness to the issues going on in that North African country. They say the Sudanese government in the north is killing its own people and blocking food aid to the south, and that the rest of the world has to do something about it.
What is the real looming danger is this. They're trying to choke these people out and get them to leave. It is their land, they've lived on it, it's the oldest society in the world, they've lived there a long, long time. They are not leaving their land, they're hiding in caves while these bombs go on. In the meantime, they've been unable...
Other protesters included the heads of the NAACP and Jewish World Watch and civil rights activist Martin Luther King Jr.'s son.
The prospect of 500,000 people losing their lives because of starvation is unacceptable. And so the world community has to be engaged to encourage some kind of civil action, some kind of civil behavior.
The activists say South Sudan must receive aid immediately before the rainy season begins in 6 weeks and the roads become impossible to travel. This is Taylor Sutton with District News Now.
2 Illinois State University students were found dead in their dorms late Thursday and Friday. Sophomore Allison Zach and freshman John Stevens were found unresponsive in separate dorms. Cause of death and whether the cases are related are still under investigation.
Rutgers student Doreen Ravi, who was secretly filmed his roommate in a sexual encounter with another man, has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. After filming his roommate Tyler Clementi's meetings, Ravi shared the video online with his friends. Clementi then killed himself by jumping off a bridge. Ravi would have received only 5 years in prison for invasion of privacy, but was sentenced to 10 as the court found him guilty of a hate crime. However, Ravi has said on ABC's 2020 that he does not hate gay people. A new survey shows that nearly half the AU student body might support a campus-wide smoking ban. Lauren Landau has the story.
American University might become a smoke-free campus. Student government president Tim McBride says AU has several reasons to ban smoking.
Non-smokers can't choose to not come on campus. Smokers can choose to smoke off campus. When you walk through smoke outside, secondhand smoke is still an issue. There are environmental concerns, and campus beautification is a huge goal of our university.
He says AU will probably join the nearly 600 other schools that have already banned smoking. But some students don't take the threat seriously.
It's not illegal, so there's no reason to ban it. And also, I mean, how are they going to enforce it? They're going to have to chase me down a Segway or something? Like, they're not going to. There's just no enforcement mechanism.
But McBride says the ban is both possible and enforceable.
Honestly, it's not out of the question. It's entirely possible. It's entirely plausible. It's happened at hundreds of other schools. It's happening in cities across the United States.
Student government and the Graduate Leadership Council recently asked students if they think AU should go smoke-free. The surveys reveal that graduate students and staff are more supportive of a ban than undergraduates. McBride says he's not surprised.
For graduate students, they live off campus. This is just the place that they go to school. It's a whole other issue when you're talking about banning smoking where you go to school or where you work, as opposed to banning smoking where you live.
McBride says it will take time to implement the ban and to decide exactly how it will work.
A ban without any designated locations on campus is a different issue than a ban with designated locations.
McBride says more public meetings will be held over the next few months so that faculty, staff, and students can weigh in on the discussion. For District News Now, I'm Lauren Landau.
Kony 2012 filmmaker Jason Russell has been diagnosed with brief reactive psychosis. Jason Russell, the filmmaker behind the viral video, had a highly publicized meltdown. During his breakdown on a street corner in San Diego, Russell was filmed running around naked, screaming profanities and cursing the devil. He was detained and brought to a hospital. Russell's wife issued the statement Tuesday saying that Russell will remain in the hospital care for a number of weeks. and that the recovery process could take months before he is fully able to step back into his role with invisible children. Coming up, Trey Dyer fills us in this week in national sports.